With that, let's get on out to Houston. We're standing by as our commentary team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans. Watkins alone on the left side. They come out here in the I. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. This give is to McCoy. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's McCoy. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
This is Gillisley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. They stay on the ground. This is Gillisley again. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And on your screen, the defensive starters for the Houston Texans. One thing's for sure. Throughout the season, but really in the playoffs, Clown and Merciless, boy, did they come on. You get J.J. Watt back next year, a good defense becomes even better.
You're exactly right about that. This was a defense that did not get the credit it deserved all year long. Finished the season #1 in total defense in the NFL. And as you mentioned, that's without J.J. Watt. Just think, when they get him back and put everyone else to use again, look out. The Houston Texans will be stout again on the defensive side of the ball.
And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hurry up, here we go! Blue, line it! Blue, line! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Black 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a second down. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Osweiler caught left side Hopkins. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Osweiler. What a move. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Here we go.
A give to McCoy. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And ready now for 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to run him down for a loss of a yard. After the sack, 3rd and goal now from the 12. Watkins alone on the left side. 3rd and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit for the Bills, led by Dan Carpenter. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Carpenter knocks it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now let's go. 3, 9, 2.
On 2nd down, here's Osweiler setting up the screen for Miller. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
Green 39. Over. There you go now. 3, 19. Watching now, Barney.
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Ought to be 6'7", be able to see over coverages into open windows. Brock Osweiler just did that with the slam route.
With that height, was also a great basketball player. Gonzaga, as you know, actually offered him a scholarship in high school for hoops.
Hard to believe he didn't take that, decided he wanted to play football, and ultimately chose Arizona State because of the direct flights from his hometown of Montana into Phoenix, Arizona.
Is that true?
That's a true story. Allowed his parents to come see him play a lot easier.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. To throw is Osweiler. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And a first carry here for Jonathan Grimes. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now it's Osweiler. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline. It's kind of interesting. L.A. a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to L.A. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition that still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously, trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played 1 season as such.
Bill O'Brien, an offensive mind, and he's going to trust his offense here. They're going for it on 4th.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
And they'll run for it with Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. Lamar Miller stops short of the sticks. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on 1st down. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So, partner, they took a shot, just didn't pan out.
I like their aggressiveness. Just unable to come down with it downfield.
Let's go. Here we go.
2nd and 10 now. It's Taylor. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
Let's go.
Final play of the half. It's Taylor. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Hard throw, incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working? Because
looking for strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebackers. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Every now and then, those guys can get lost in coverage. Quarterback didn't see him, perhaps. But, boy, what a pick. And how about the run back?
And this one through the uprights and good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, Osweiler. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it third down.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this third down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Caught left side, Hopkins. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
They'll indeed go for it with Osweiler. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a great spot to start this drive from here. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Flex round! Flex round!
Watkins alone on the left side. They come out here in the eye. They'll go again to McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Here we go! What? None! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
Now Gillisley. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Carpenter missed it. No good, wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Surveying the field. He sets to fire deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And here come the Bills. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, Well, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Cushing able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Back now at the home of Super Bowl 51, NRG Stadium in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll run with Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
It's complete to Fuller. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get them going in the excitement area.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackle?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Sammy Watkins, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bills will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, it's Miller. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Green, 39.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. A first down carry now for Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go now.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They come out here in the eye.
Here we go now. Check. Green, 39.
Here's a give to Miller. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And that's a real risky play call to run it here with time being such a major factor. They need points here and fast.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Detroit. Here we go. Detroit, 39. Green, 39.
On second down, here's Miller. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
It's hard to call that run a win for the offense, but in a lot of ways it was. Hitting the backfield, fights his way back. He ends up with no gain, but it certainly could have been a whole lot worse.
On the sneak, Osweiler. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
All right, here we go. Over. Patriot.
Now it's Miller. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Watch it now.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run it again with Miller. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. With a carry, it's Grimes. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On is Nick Novak now for the Texans field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Novak won't get this one. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And this looks to probably be the final play. Taylor going to throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, But as a full team, there's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that